Chargers TV here at the Dwain Entertainment Centre, where I have Dwain Davie with me, the coach of the women's side. And Dwain, obviously last week, I know we're at the men's game here tonight, but last week your women took on Launceston in the elimination final and lost by 4 in an absolute heartbreaker. You've had a week to reflect now. What are your thoughts a week on since then?
Yeah, it's still a little bit raw, I guess, at the moment. We're all pretty devastated that we let that one slip. We felt that we're probably in control for most of the game, and I think up 7 with about 2.5 minutes to go. And usually you should take care of business in those situations, but we didn't, and that's the way it is. So we've got to move on and take it from there.
I mean, the game was pretty even throughout, and then you got that little buffer that you needed. Was that the key that you needed last week?
Yeah, look, I think we had a few different patches last week where we got 7 to 10 points in front, and then Launceston just came charging back into the game at the right time every single time. So we just never quite got to that stage where we were able to put them away. And when you let good teams like that hang around with good quality players like that, they'll eventually make you pay.
Was there anything lacking within the team, or was it just one of those that had that little flat patch there, here and there during the game?
Yeah, look, I think offensively we put up 82 points and we probably didn't play as well as we could offensively. So, that wasn't a problem, I think. But, if you give up 86 points in a final, generally that's going to be pretty tough to win. So I think, defensively didn't quite execute what we wanted to do on a couple of different players, and they really came back to hurt us. And again, if you let teams hang around like that and you don't knuckle down defensively, then eventually they come back to bite you.
What's the plan ahead now, Dwain? Obviously, you might have started reviews and that kind of process, but you're just going to enjoy the break now and see what happens late towards the end of the year before pre-season starts?
Yeah, I haven't done any review at this point. I think the last week's been more about trying to get myself out of bed and put a smile on my face after such a devastating loss. But no, we'll give it a couple of weeks and we'll go back into review mode and have a look at some things and talk to some players and see where they're at for next year for the club, and then we'll weigh up what we're going to do and how we're going to move forward.
Would you be keen to coach next year?
Yeah, look, I haven't ruled it out. I certainly absolutely enjoyed this year, and the group that we had was a lot of fun. Obviously we had our challenges, but I really enjoyed the experience this year, and I guess we'll let the dust settle a little bit and come back and have that discussion in a few weeks.
Well, Dwain, commiserations from last week. I hope you enjoyed tonight's game, by the way, as well too. Not the result that we wanted, obviously, Dandenong getting through in the men's preliminary final. Here, quick thoughts on that? Oh,
look, great game. I think both teams shot at a very high percentage, and it was really good to watch. I think probably defence was the key. I think that the Chargers weren't able to execute, and I think offensively they pretty much got what they wanted, and it was just unfortunate that the Dandenong were able to do the same and shot at a really high percentage, particularly from the 3. So disappointing for the Chargers boys, because I think they were probably the premier team for most of the season, and to bounce out that way is a little bit disappointing, but they'll pick themselves up and dust themselves off and come back stronger next year, I'm sure.
Well, Dwain, we appreciate your time throughout the entire season. Thank you very much for giving up a little bit of your time to speak with us with Chargers TV.
Thanks, guys. Good work for the year.